Good evening, everyone. My name is Mashtonde Madzivani, and welcome back to my channel. That's it with Mesh. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I love you all. So today we're going to do this thing differently. Today I'm not sharing a story, um, as I usually do. But today I want to share something very interesting with you. I came across this book. It's called This Book. Is it that funny? This book called This Book. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. So in this book, there is a section that says where it says names of things you didn't know had names. And then I was so interested, so I started to go through all these things, and then as I was going through this section, I was like, no, 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 no. These things are here before me every day, are here in front of me, but I didn't know they had names. Like, there are things that, you just call them however you see them. Like, you just call them, like, with whatever, like, name that you can think of. Like, yeah, just how they are, then you come up with a name, you know or you go with the commonly used name of that thing, and then you end up thinking that is the real name of that particular thing, only to find that they do have their own names. Okay, so yeah, names of things you didn't know had names. Okay, let's start here. Number one. The holes in Swiss cheese are called ice. Hmm? I used to call them holes, like just cheese holes. Okay. Number two, the technical term for snapping your finger is philip. Okay, for snapping your finger. All right. There you are here arrow on the map is called the ideolocator. You see that little arrow on a map, maybe in a shopping center, or somewhere in a building, where you'll see a map, and then there is that arrow where it says you are here, right? Where it shows you where you are, and in that particular building. So it's called ideolocator. Ideo is IDEO, locator. Did you know that? Okay, let's go on. The S-shaped opening in a violin is called the F hole. The F hole. I think, I don't know a lot about violins, but maybe it has something to do with the keys or something like that. But I'm not sure. But it's called F hole. Okay, the little bumps on the surface of a table tennis paddle are called pips. The little bumps on the surface of a tennis table are called pips. Pips. Okay. Okay. A holder for a cup or a mug without handle is called a ZARF. ZARF. The plastic covering on the end of a shoelace is an aglet. You see? So something like this, like, whoever thought that small plastic portion on your shoelace have got a name? It's called an aglet. It's AGLET. You see, some of the things we don't know, we just call them the end of a shoelace, like a small plastic, like we don't really know what they are called. Okay. The word for having a gap between your teeth is diastema. Isn't that a gap? Isn't that just a gap? Okay, but it's called diastema. The dot above the letter I is called a title. Mashud, what is your title? Mister. What is your title? Oh, okay. The dot above the letter I is called a title. I didn't know that. To me, it was just I, like with its dot, like the goes together, like it's I. Okay. Oh, let's go. This is very interesting. I told you. A pig's snout is called A gruntle. Okay. A puff of smoke, such as that produced when someone smokes a pipe, is called a lant. It is not just a smoke, it's called a lant. When you smoke and release that smoke, when you puff, that smoke that comes out is called a lant. Hmm? A band worn around the arm is called a brassard. Brassard. It's not an armband, it's a brassard. Okay, let's go. The thin line of cloud that forms behind an aircraft at high altitude is called a contrail. Okay, you see those things, especially in the evenings. You see those aircrafts, passing by, and then there's a trail of smoke behind them. At home, when we were growing up, we used to call them Spitfires. Yeah, Spitfires. I don't know where that name come from, but we used to call them Spitfires. When they pass, there is always a trail of smoke following them, more especially in the evenings, right? So that trail of smoke is called a corn trail. It is not called a smoke. It's called a corn trail. Okay. Uh, the little finger or two is called the minimus. What? This little finger is called a minimus. No, not just a little finger or a small finger. It's called a minimus. It have got a name, you see? It's called a minimus. Minimus. Okay. The symbol hash is called an octothorpe. You know this symbol that you call hash. This hash is called an octothorpe. Octothorpe spells Octothorpe. It is not called a hash. It's called an octothorpe. Okay. Let's see. The act of stretching and yawning is called pandiculation. Wow. So when I'm doing this, this is pandiculation. You see, some of these things, we didn't really know that they've got names. But yeah, when I found that these things have got names, I was so um I was so interested in knowing these things. So okay, a cat's whiskers are called vibrissae, vibrissae, or something like that. Vibrissae. Is VIBRISSSSAE. Okay, VIBRISSAE. Those whiskers, but normally we call them whiskers. Whiskers. Okay, the ball on top of a flagpole is called the track. Okay, a flag stands like this, the pole stands like this, then maybe a flag will come somewhere here, and then here on top here there will be a round shaped thing here. That thing is called track. It's not just a round thing, it's called a track, at the end of a flagpole. Okay, let's go. The cap on the fire hydrant is called a bonnet. What? Isn't a bonnet a part of a car? That's what I know. Like we have a bonnet, you know. Virtually the cap on the fire hydrant is called a bonnet. Firefighters, I think you know this. Okay, so these are some of the things that I found very interesting to actually know that they have names. I didn't think, or I didn't know that they do have names. So yeah, until we meet again, um, hopefully we'll be sharing some of the interesting facts from this book again, because this book Again, this book is called This Book. It's very very funny. So yeah, it's This Book by Jeremy Clarkson. No, it's not by Jeremy Clarkson. It's This Book by Michelle Simmons. This book by Michelle Simmons, right? So yeah, um, I hope you found it interesting. The way I found it, because it's very, very, very interesting, and there are a lot of things in this book that I think, as time goes on, we'll be sharing with each other. So please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, um, and don't forget that. Remember, I'm coming with another story. Hopefully somewhere this week. I love you. Good night.